we have this. So guys, welcome to this compensation plan overview. It's so great to see you guys. We have just such an incredible team on here and, very privileged, and something you guys are going to learn that Bryan taught me, and we don't have to go into too much detail, but compensation plans, it's really interesting. And for any of you guys, any of you that are analytical, I like this stuff. Compensation plans really drive action in your business, right? If you have the wrong compensation plan, it doesn't it really creates the activity, because, and depending on how they build a compensation plan in a company is how people will react and how they'll build. And this thing is just incredible. So what I'm going to take over first is I'm going to talk just about this direct bonus. And then I already told you guys, we're going to be jumping back and forth from slides, and then I'm going to have Bryan. So you guys want your full screen, right? So you guys, Bryan's going to have the whiteboard, and he's going to really teach you guys the power of this VIP bonus combined with the team commission, master table, binary compensation plan, and how they're really merged together just incredibly. So let me make sure I got, okay. So direct bonus, and you guys, if you guys have seen a presentation, you guys understand this, but I just want you to understand that no matter what pack you're on, for somebody that's brand new, it doesn't matter what package you're on, this goes for everybody. So if you're on the basic, the pro, or the premium, there is no difference in the compensation plan, except the premium is a little bit more volume. Okay. But other than that, you earn $15 per person, which is incredible. There's no limit. I love this because you're getting money back right away into your account, and it's a monthly residual, which just in itself is incredible to have. I've seen fast start bonuses. I've not really seen a residual fast start like this, the ability for people to earn money back in their account. And for some of us, I know some of you guys on here are recruiters. And I mean, how exciting, right? 10, 20, 30 people. Some people, we're going to bring people in here that'll go recruit 100 people, and they'll be making, $1,500 off of just this bonus. Like, it's going to happen. So really exciting bonus. And then, but what I want to do is I'm going to kick this, because this is really where the magic happens in this VIP bonus. And I'm going to kick it to this slide. For any of you guys don't know, Bryan Robert, I don't know if you heard me, Bryan, I was talking about, your public school education, but how you just had an affinity for compensation plans. Yeah. And I said, I don't know if you heard me. I said, you learned to count by counting crocodiles or something down there in the bayou. But no, Bryan's a genius at compensation plans. He's written, the compensation, this style of compensation plan right here, Bryan helped to write, and it revolutionized the whole industry of this because of this club base. So it's really incredible. It's incredible what I've learned from him. I already told him, Bryan, you could go for hours and hours on compensation plan, but this is going to be a really great overview so that everybody understands how powerful this is. So I'll kick it to you. You just throw me the directions when you want me to go from the slide and back to you and everything like that.
Yeah. So, hey, I appreciate that. So I'm down here in my, I guess, man cave is what you would call it, and, but yeah, compensation plans are something that, it's been real interesting for me to be good at compensation plans, because it's not something that, math wasn't something that I was so interested in school, but for whatever reason, I've been good at compensation plans. And I know we don't have a lot of time, and we're going to go back and forth. This is going to be just a super overview of, how the plan works. But yes, we're going to do a complete, video and everything, just explaining everything. I'm charging my phone. I've been on calls. They start coming in at like 3 a.m, whenever you're doing business, outside the US. Before I get into this, this has been like an incredible several days that, several weeks, I guess. We brought an entire company over. There's incredible people. These calls are going to, become bigger and bigger. We've been doing things in South America. All over the world. Like it's growing so much. And when I think about compensation, I always think about kind of like why we do, why anybody does the business. We all do the business because of compensation. We want to make money. We want our people to make money. And so, yes, I'm going to go through some of the stuff, and got my whiteboard over here. And so I'm going to draw through a few things, even though, Chris talked about, and I'm going to unplug my phone. So even though Chris talked about a little bit, this bonus is so smart, how it was done for the direct bonus. So, traditionally in network marketing, you have a direct bonus, but it's a one-time bonus. And what Joe and, I'll give a shout out, even though he's not even going to hear this, but to Josh Fair. So Josh was one of my, I brought him into the consulting side of the business. He's like a math genius. And so we would write compensation plans, and Josh would, basically do the math for me. And I would give like a scenario. I was like, could we do this? Could we do this? And the thing about compensation is that it's not about how much it pays, although that is a part of it. It's about where it pays. And Josh would do the math to say, could we pay this? This compensation plan is paying 87%. So if you've ever heard of a company that says it pays 50%, it probably pays 30%. If they say they're paying 60, they're paying 40. This is a true payout of 87%. So as far as I'm aware, which I could be wrong, right? But this is the highest paying compensation plan that has ever been created in the history of network marketing. And that gets me excited, because I'm seeing people that, Chris and I or different people have been working with. I understand the numbers, how it works. And this is the highest paying compensation plan in the history of network marketing. However, I could write a compensation plan that pays 100%, but maybe all that money just simply goes to, 50 people or 100 people or something like that. So it's not just the fact that we pay more than any company that's ever been created. It's a targeted pay, because the philosophy that I've had, for many years has been to pay where people need to be paid, which is in the beginning. And so, first, and look, this is going to be just a quick thing. It's only 30 minutes, 40 minutes. We don't want to take too long. And I'll do a full video, but just talk, to talk about a couple of these things. So, first of all, every person that you enroll in the business, like Chris said, you're getting $15. The way that most fast start bonuses work, and it's such a simple thing, but it's so smart, where you're going to get a residual. So the people that sponsor a lot of people, and this is a side of it, but we're going to put these people into the bigger structure, and I'll show you all that in a minute. But every single person you bring in is going to bring you $15 a month. So, we were on a call the other day with a leader, and out of India, and she had sponsored personally somewhere around 500 people personally. Now, that's not what the average person is going to do, is going to do, but in a traditional company, there's not a lot of reward for that. There's a reward one time, like you'll get $15 or $20 or $30 one time. But the fact that we're going to be able to get this every single time, every single month, you start to be able to understand your commissions. And as we build that into the other structure, it's just incredible. Chris, would you go to the slide, or are you already on it for the VIP?
Yeah, we're there. I had you off so you could see your board. Do you get me, Bryan? Oh, you're muted. There we go. You back?
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, so I got the VIP slide up.
Yeah, perfect. So every single person that you put in is $15. What's interesting is this is all going to feed in to everything else that we're doing. So you have to imagine there's like 3 different ways you're getting paid. There's 3 different compensation plans, and I don't know if y'all heard me, but we were on with a lady the other day who sponsored like 500 people into a business, and there's no really reward for doing that except for growing your business. And whenever I first saw this and I talked to Joe, and I was like, this is so ingenious and it's so simple. Every single person you put in, if they're active and they're building the business, you're going to make $15 per person. It's awesome, but it really becomes incredible whenever you start to go to the next level. So the compensation plan that Richard and I created over 3 years, which is the biggest compensation plan in the world now, and that is a club-based plan where so the club-based plan is based on volume. It's based on you getting to a certain point and being able to have these different clubs that hit certain volumes. And I can't go into this enough now, how we created this. Like I said, literally took us 3 years of work to figure this out, and it changed the network marketing industry forever. The club-based plan basically allows you to be able to earn huge amounts of money very early on. So in traditional network marketing, if you went to Amway, if you went to New Skin, if you went to Herbalife, if you went to doTERRA, if you went to any of the biggest companies in the world, and there's thousands more, it takes you probably about 100 people that are fully active, working and building the business to be able to earn $500. And the philosophy that we had was, okay, what if we pushed money further to the front? The problem is there was no compensation plan in existence to be able to do that. If you were there's 4 compensation plans, 5 compensation plans. There's a breakaway, which is like an Amway. There's a matrix. There's a unilevel. There's a binary. And we created a plan And the problem with those plans is that all their money is gathered at the very bottom. So the people that are making the most money are the ones that have the biggest groups. But the philosophy that we had was the people that need the money the most are the people that are really starting and beginning, into the business. And so this was our goal. How does somebody make $500 a month? And, there's several ways you can get to that and get as soon as possible. One of the very first things was, well, before $500 a month was, how do you become profitable? And what we have in this business is very simple. Our very first club, VIP 100, is if you bring 3 people in, you're going to get $100 a month. But on top of that, you're also going to get this $15 bonus. So people can become profitable immediately. And if you've ever worked in different countries and emerging countries, you know that people need to become profitable as soon as possible. The other thing that we realized about network marketing plans and this whole industry is that things don't work perfectly. So when you get these companies that have these structures where it's like, this got to be perfect, and 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 then you're making money, it's just not realistic. Can people do it? Yeah, there's some people that will do it, but the average person is not going to be able to get there. And so it's like, creating a plan that is flexible and works for real life situations. So when you got somebody that's able to sponsor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, well, then why don't you give them you know, something extra for that besides a one-time bonus? And for me, I've never liked fast start bonuses because it's kind of fake. Like, I want to know what's residual. What is this person going to earn every single month for doing this work? And that's how this plan has been designed. So you have your $15 bonus, and I know this looks, crazy, and it'll probably look worse, but you have your your $15 bonus for every single person you sign up. The next thing you want to work on is your VIP, because every one of these people is also directly into your VIP bonus. And if you get 3 who get 3, we say bring 3, help 3, get 3. But let's just say it doesn't work like that. That's the other thing. This is not designed, which I'd say 99.999% of the companies are designed to be perfectly structured in order for you to get paid. Whereas with this, you need to be able to get the volume. 3 who get 3, you have 12, and you're now at the VIP 500. But what if you get 6 who get 1? You still achieve the exact same thing, but you still, receive that bonus. If you have anyone in your first two levels that do this, so you can go as wide as you want. You can go 12 wide. That's the flexibility of this. And flexibility is so important in compensation plans, because the world does not work in perfect structures. And so creating a flexibility where someone can get 8 and one person gets, whatever the situation is, you can still reach that 500. Maybe somebody just sponsors 12 and nobody gets anyone. Then guess what? You're at the VIP 500. So you're making 500 a month. So the first thing is being profitable. And the second thing is making 500. Now, 500 is the low end. When you reach the VIP 500, depending on how many personals and everything you have, you could be at 550, you could be at 600, something like that. Now, all this, so the 2 most powerful, in my opinion, compensation plans that have ever been written have been the one that I've written, which is what companies, the majority of companies now are starting with this type of plan, the club-based plan. The second most powerful compensation plan ever created was the binary. And the reason why I love the binary is because it was the first plan that you could ever calculate volume to infinity. And what I mean by that is, no matter how far down you go, if 1 million people down, someone signed up. And this was the first plan, the second plan that I ever worked. If 1 million people down, someone signs up, it's just like you directly sign that person up. So we have a binary down here, which can calculate to infinity. We have a volume-based plan right here, which allows the flexibility of just being volume, not being based on structure. And then we have the reward here for those that go out and put a lot of people in, and you're getting $15 a person. And when these three things combined, it's created something absolutely incredible. So I'm going to go through this pretty quick. Whenever you're building the business, the coolest thing about this is that in a traditional binary, if you have one leg, whichever side it is, that just goes crazy, right? So this leg is going down, it's driving, it's exploding. You're not going to get paid any money on that because you get paid on your weak leg. But when you do a hybrid like we've done over here, and you'll have to understand, this is like a different technology. This is so far advanced from traditional network marketing. The only way I can describe it is if traditional network marketing has like 2 tin cans and a string between it, and that's how they're talking. And this is a cell phone or a smartphone. Like it's literally a different technology in terms of network marketing, how they're paid. That's how people are making money so fast. That's how people are, because it's not what you pay, it's where you pay. And just like I said, I can create a compensation plan that pays 87%, but only 50 people out of 1 million will actually have advantage of that. You can have it pay wherever you want. The whole focus of this was to create a plan that had a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning is every person you put in is $15 residual every single month. The middle is you can get to $8,000 a month, and you can do it with one leg in the binary. So every person you put in goes into, it's a club base, but think of it as a unilevel. You can go as long, as wide as you want. 20 people, 50 people, 3 people, whatever you want. But this is the genius of it, to merge it with a binary, and the binary calculates to infinity. So every one of these people, so this person right here, you can put here. This person here, you can put here. This person here, you put here and here and here and here.
Can you aim your camera down just a little bit, Bryan, so we can see that?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So you basically structure, sorry, because I can't see what I'm showing. Thank you, Chris. So you can structure every single person within your binary. And I always said that the binary is the thinking person's compensation plan. Binary is the compensation plan that I've loved and worked more than anything. I've never worked anything besides when I was in Amway, in high school. I didn't make any money, 200 years ago. But the binary is one of the most ingenious compensation plans that's ever been devised, because it allows you to look down in 5 years from now when you're building, you meet someone and they're 10,000 people down somewhere over here. You can place a person here with them and work with them and help them build. And it flows up. Say this is 100 volume and there's 1 million people above you. 1 million people above get that same 100 volume all the way up to you, past you, to the top of the entire company. So merging these plans allows you to have the middle which is to be able to make 8,000 a month faster than any plan that's ever been devised, because it's based on this rank-based plan. And then you're filtering everybody in the binary. So you're able to help people, you're able to place people, you're able to put people into the business and find someone that's working hard and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to place my next person with you. And yes, this is only a 30-minute call. Like I said, this is a 4-hour thing to really go through, but the simplicity of it, even for a new person, is you bring people in, you're making this, you have 12, you're making, 500 plus, and then it goes to 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. You'll cap out right here on your VIP. And then after that, everything is going to go into your binary. And a binary by itself is not great. This by itself, which is the fastest growing companies in the entire world, simply use this VIP bonus, which I helped to create. It changed the entire industry because it was the first bonus that was able to get somebody $500 without having 100 or 200 people to make 500, and 1,000 and 2,000 and 4,000. The plans that we created before would go up to 100,000 or 500,000 just based off this one bonus. But the problem is that it's an all or nothing. So if you don't get all the volume, let's say you had, one person less than you should, instead of making 1,000, you make 500. It doesn't allow you to scale up. Whereas with the binary, even, you're building this, even if you get stuck, between 2,000 and 4,000, you're able to scale up and get paid weekly. And that's the other thing. We're getting paid weekly and we're getting paid monthly. We're getting paid monthly on the clubs. We're getting paid weekly, on the binary. And it's an ingenious compensation plan. I feel bad, Chris, because I feel like I didn't get into it, so much. But,
good.
And it looks like chicken scratch maybe, but the reality is the compensation plan that we have, no one can beat it. I know every major company out there. I know every compensation plan that exists in network marketing. I've helped to write, many of these compensation plans. And first of all, there's no company that pays this much. And part of that is, for our company, how Joe has been able to design it where it is able to pay out this much. So we have probably the highest true paying compensation plan in existence. But more importantly than that, we have a compensation plan designed for the new person. And that was the big thing, is that a top networker, you don't have to design a compensation plan for them. They're already going to bring in huge amounts of people and everything. But the two biggest things, can you become profitable quickly and immediately? And the second thing is, can you realistically get to $500? Can you get to 1,000? Can you get to 2,000? What's really cool about this is to get to 2,000 a month is simpler here than anything I guarantee that anybody on this call has ever done in their entire life. And it pays out. So we beat them. And look, compensation plan is one part of this business. It's not the only part of this business. Like, you got to have the products, you got to have things. But as networkers, the reason why we're getting on these calls, the reason why we're calling our friends, the reason why we're doing meetings is because we want to make money. And when a person joins, why are they here? It's because they want to make money. They want to change their life. They want to create their whys. Besides the products, besides the fact that we have products that make us money, the compensation plan, it's so far ahead of what anyone is doing. The fastest growing company and the next billion-dollar company right now in the entire industry is probably IML. And they took the original compensation plan that I wrote and they're doing 50 to, sorry, I was working. 50 to, I'm walking in the room, 50 to 80 million dollars a month with that compensation plan. But it has weaknesses. It was the first version of what we did. What Joe did and his team is hybrided out that compensation plan. And here's another thing, and Chris, and talk about this, I know we're going to go a little bit over, but the fact that you can have one leg, everybody talks about the binary. Oh, I was in a binary, I had one leg and I didn't make any money. But talk about the fact that we can, because of this, because you can filter everybody in that leg, and we have the VIP bonus, you can make $8,000 a month, and we do 13 pay periods because we do it every 4 weeks, not every single month. And it sounds like a small thing, but when it comes to December and you're getting an extra paycheck for $8,000 instead of every other company in this whole industry where they just do 12-month periods, which makes no sense. It's bizarre almost that if they're paying, monthly, you do 4-week cycles. So we're getting paid every 4 weeks, every single week on one side, but then we also do 13 pay periods. So you get an extra pay period, for the company. But maybe Chris, just touch on that, explain how one leg, where somebody can have one leg and build and be able to make 8,000 every single month. So 100,000 a year, and maybe just a personal thing of like what you're seeing now that you're in and building, and probably top 3 fastest growing teams, top 2 fastest growing teams in the whole company.
Yeah, no, it's so exciting, Bryan, and thank you for that breakdown. And like you said, this is just really great because we want to give you guys the confidence, and this is why this is turning heads. Like me and Bryan, like we're getting networkers been in the industry and they're blown away by what they're seeing. And really, this is so you guys have confidence. And even for me, right? I built binary before, huge leg, making very little, right? You got 100 people in your group and I'm making $100, and that's actually, it's pretty incredible here because my personal business, I have a big leg, and that's where I'm driving with my teams, right? A lot of you guys know this, and it really is awesome because I would be probably making, a little, maybe a couple $100, but I'm hitting those VIP ranks because of that combination. You can make those thousands of dollars down one leg, and then you can go balance that binary leg. And if you guys are brand new, this might be kind of, you're learning it. You can watch this video. It's really not a big deal. The most important thing, which is so beautiful, is go get your 3, get profitable, help them get 3, make your 500. And I want to hit on real quick too, is we talked about it's a 4-week. So what's so cool about this in other companies like an IML, if you sign up right now, on the 16th of the month, you only have 2 weeks to hit your rank, right? And then it starts over. Those clubs are a monthly thing. Here, the day you sign up starts your 4 weeks. And it is huge. And guys, you can go
glad you said that.
Yeah. So you could go in your back office.
Going for that. Yeah.
No, just let me show them where they can find it. So if you go to your back office, you can actually go to VIP analysis under managed network. I know you guys probably can't see that, but you just go to and it'll tell you the date. And mine's the 19th of March. So I know I've got 3 days to achieve, and it shows you exactly your VIP analysis, where you're sitting. And this is stuff you guys are going to want to know, because sometimes you could be one person away, and that one person's worth $1,000, right?
So I was talking
to
someone today who was 130 volume from VIP 1000, and they had no idea. I was like, well, check where you are. And whenever they checked, they were like, oh my gosh, I'm this close. That's the beauty of also the back office. Another really cool thing about the back office is that basically every day it calculates the volume, and it calculates what your check is. So you can see in pretty much real time where you are, what you're going to hit, and whenever somebody does make that money, if they made, they have $150 coming to them or whatever, they can actually see it. They're not going to wait till the very last day of the month and be like, well, I think I got all my volume in. Maybe I got this rank. Maybe I'm making this much money. You're seeing it daily. And then it takes it to another level where these e-pins, you know, they're allowing us to be able to use that money ahead of time to be able to help sign people up. So whenever you're in a situation, it's, you know, Sunday night at midnight and the person's like, I got to go put money in my account, or they're in another country, they don't have a credit card, whatever the situation is, you're like, but they want to get in. That's going to help you hit the rank. That's going to bump you up over here. That's going to get them started faster. All these different situations, you can actually take your commissions before you're even paid your commissions and send an e-pin to that person so they can sign up and they can give you the cash or whatever it is. Like, it's all these small things, you know, like Chris was saying, for networkers by networkers. This is a company for networkers by networkers. And when you say the term networkers, you know, to me, what that means is people. This is a company, you know, for the people, by the people. This is for the average person. This is for someone that, you know, there's so much flexibility to how it works and how it builds, that even if you can only get one big leg, you can still make a six-figure income. If you're a huge sponsor, you're going to be rewarded for that. If you're someone who's going to build a giant business and push this over several years, you're going to be rewarded for that. The binary by itself can pay you $1 million a month. Now, I've never made $1 million a month, but it's nice to know that it's possible to be able to make $1 million a month. But that's the backside of the business. And most companies only focus on that. And that's why you go to these big events and you see a sea of people, 5,000 people, 10,000 people. And most people aren't even covering their auto ship. And you got these people walking across stage and they're making just giant amounts of money. And you're thinking you're going to somehow get to that giant amount of money. And the reality is, in most of these companies, you're not. It's not even, it's possible, but it's not probable, because so many things have to be done. And the focus in these compensation plans are not on the front end. Everything in this compensation plan that I've shown you is focused on the front end, rewarding people residually immediately, getting people to 100,000, you know, $500, scale up, and then 8,000 a month as quickly as possible. And then the overflow volume where you're building with your team. Remember, every single person that you put in, you're going to structure in your binary. And I don't have enough time to go through binary structure, but we will do that. And we'll shoot a video, have, you know, come over, put the camera and everything where we can really talk. I could do a 4-hour presentation about this compensation plan, but just know, highest paying compensation plan, in my opinion, of course, I've not seen everything, but that I've ever seen in the entire industry. So the company is putting the money out, but more importantly is they're targeting it to the beginning. And remember those things: bring three, help three, get three. You know, you're on the product and the product is making you money. That helps you be able to bring 3 people into the business. Now you have no cost. You help those do the exact same thing. You're making $500 to $600 a month with 12 in your business. Maybe you're a go-getter and you get 12, and now you're at 500-600. But bring 3, help 3, get 3. And then every single person we put in filters into the binary. And this allows us to go to infinity. So if you have 1 million people in your business and you put one person in, every single person in that million up there, it's exactly like they sponsor that person. It's no different than you. And think about everybody in the organization that's continually doing that, that's putting people into the business, and they're putting them on the bottom. It's helping every single person exactly as much as they help them. If I have 1 million people here, and this is me, and I put a person and it's 90 volume, it pays 1 million people 90 volume and pays me the exact same 90 volume. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how binaries work. And but that's the strength of this. So it's a
Bryan,
hybrid
talk
plan.
about how it also you keep that volume too. Sorry to interrupt, but
No,
just
I'm glad you
touch
said
on.
that. So let's just say you have one leg going crazy. Um, and that's the beauty of the binary. Every single thing that you do in the binary lasts forever until you take that volume. So let's just say that, this leg, is exploding and everything. Your volume calculates and saves. So you could have a million volume over here. You don't lose anything that's ever, that's another, just a beauty of the binary. You never lose any of the volume that comes in. And then your weaker leg, let's just say it takes you 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years before you go and start, building out this leg over here. All this volume that you've done doesn't go to waste. Even though you haven't been being paid on it, you still keep all the volume. You keep 100% of it. It calculates and it saves to infinity. So you could have 5 million volume over here that was done over a 2-year period of time, 3-year period of time. And when you start building out over here, all this will start paying you on your binary. That's the beauty of the binary. So you're saving all your volume in the binary. So you don't have to be panicked or freaking out if you're not hitting whatever rank or whatever thing in the binary. And the binary starts off at 10%, but goes to 20%. I remember, I was looking at Faraj's back office and some of the top people, and his checks went from like 7,000 a week, which is still really high. But whenever he hit that next rank, jumped up to 12,000. And I saw he's making 18,000 a week now in the binary. And he's able to do that because it saves the volume. He hasn't missed out on it, on anything. And as his business grows and develops, he gets to that point. So to try to keep it simple, because like this is a very quick thing and it's time to jump off. But the compensation plan, you can rest easy knowing that there is no one that will approach you with a compensation plan that is better than this. This is this is so far above what anyone is doing right now in the industry. The biggest companies, the fast growing companies, it's so far above it because it's very specific. It allows a very new person to be able to become profitable. It allows them to be able to make 500, 1,000, 2,000, and it allows a big leader to be able to make, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands a month, up to $1 million a month, just on one of the bonuses. And so it's exciting, but we're going to shoot a whole video on this. Last thing I want to say is there's a lot going on. As some of y'all know, we've, brought a whole nother company in. I've been talking to leaders, nonstop all around the country, which is what's, crazy, because sometimes you got to do, 3 o'clock calls and 5 o'clock calls and 8 o'clock calls and, everything else. But it's exciting. This company is growing. It's growing fast. I suspect that a lot of people on this call, will be 6-figure earners. And, we want to help in any way possible. And yeah, it's just good. It's really good. And if you've ever wanted to, or had the intention to make a great income in network marketing, or help your people make a great income, this is the company to do it. And I appreciate Joe, because to pay 87%, look, we could have changed, he could change things and people wouldn't even really, miss it much. So he's putting every single thing into the company, and it's just exciting. So Chris, if you want to close it out. And yes, we will put together a whole video. It's kind of hard, like showing the thing and then doing it. But we'll put together a whole video, really getting into a lot of details. And our team is exploding in a major way. But anyway, Chris, why don't you go ahead and close it out?
Yeah, thanks, Bryan. And guys, this is an incredible call. Like Bryan said, it's hard to really capture everything in one because it's a high level plan. But I hope you guys got the gist of what just how powerful this is and just how this can really break down. Because I know we've had people on this call that are like, they see that and they're like, I'm gonna go make $1 million here. And that's the thing, is it's the belief. But everybody else, I'm telling you, you can make $500 a month here. We will change people's lives. And it's like, how do you get to those bigger ranks? It's like, just help more people make $500. And we'll teach you guys, we'll help you, obviously. I want to show you guys this picture because I made it before. So let's, this is the goal. So you guys maybe a good laugh, but let's get 500 to 500 here, and make this thing just huge, right?
I'm going to say one last thing, Chris, just based on what you said, because I love that picture, the 500 club. That's all you need to focus on. You'll learn all the other high level stuff, but focus on the 500 club. Bring 3, help 3, get 3. You bring 3 in, you're profitable. You help those 3 do that. If you ask the biggest networker in the world, whoever, figure out who's the top paid guy that's in network marketing and ask him, how do you make 6 figures? I would bet you just about anything. He cannot explain how to make 6 figures. He's going to say, oh, it's work hard and belief and blah, blah, blah. But over here, you can literally do the math. You can say, hey, if I want to be 6 figures, I need to help this many people make $500 a month. Well, how do they do that? They bring 3 and they help those 3 get 3. And of course, we give the flexibility, maybe bring 6 or brings 1. Whatever the situation is, that's that flexibility. But yes, if you focus on helping people make $500 a month, those people will never leave. They'll never leave, and they'll be motivated to build, to be engaged and everything else. So you focus on helping people make 500, which is going to change their lives, here in the United States, but especially all over the world. And that's how you're going to make the 100,000, the 200,000, the $500,000 a year. And these numbers sound crazy, but I promise you they're not. They're real. People do it. People can do it. Anybody on this call can do it. And it's in these simple steps. So anyway, that's it. Sorry, the call went long. Chris, close it out.
Sounds great, guys. Hey, I know you can tell Bryan's excited. He's pacing around his room. I'm here, my legs shaking under the table because I'm so excited, right? This is how so I hope you guys got that. Like, let's go out there, let's crush it. Thursday's another amazing opportunity call. We have, and just so you guys know, since you're leaders, we have a special call Thursday morning for us here, afternoon Europe, 7 p.m. India time. It's actually going to be with Joe and Viraj. I mean, I would want to be on that call either way, just because even if you don't have India people, it's incredible to see Viraj. He's so humble and he is just so amazing. But this is a special India call for all of our India people. A lot of you guys have them. If you don't know anybody from India, get on LinkedIn or Facebook. You can meet them. I promise you, they want to talk to you. They want to meet you. But let's build for that call as well. We'll get the information out in the group. But this is going to be great. And Bryan, it looks like you got something else. I got you excited again.
No, I was just going to say, about Viraj. Look, he's making almost 80,000 a month in the comp plan. But he was showing us his trading account, and, he's making 2,000 to 6,000 a day in his trading account. And he did that by building the company to put the money in the trading account. So it's real. I've been there. Been in India many times. I've worked with Viraj for a lot of years, and it's exciting in the hardest country on the planet. If they can do this in India, which they have every single thing stacked against them, to be able to have this type of success, anybody can do it here, and it's exciting. So yes, jump on that.
Awesome. All right, guys, get out there, do it up. We'll talk soon. We love you guys, and I'll get that posted up. I'll get this recording. I also have Dave Dove's recording that I'll get into the group. I just want to make sure you guys got this call. So we got lots of exciting stuff coming. I got some work to do. So we'll see you guys all soon. Everyone have an awesome day.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Bryan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Woo!
Thank you.